Hey guys, in this video we're going to take a look at some free bass VST instruments. These are virtual instruments we can use to create a bass sound completely within a digital audio workstation. For this video, we'll be looking at all these plugins in Reaper since it's a commonly used home recording program, but we can also use these in different programs as well. The first plugin we'll look at is Bassline by EVM. First, we have some presets we can choose from at the top. This also has presets we can choose by going back and forth with the arrows on the plugin itself. I'll usually start with a D/bass preset and make changes to that. We have options for an acoustic bass, plucked bass, picked bass, electric bass, slap bass, digital bass, and muted bass. One of the main problems I have with this plugin is it's only creating a lot of really low frequencies with most of the presets to a point that it's barely even audible on headphones, and the higher frequency information is completely absent. To me, this plugin is good to create a really deep bass sound that you can even layer with different bass recordings, but it shouldn't be used completely on its own. Next is DSK Bassz. This has a few different built-in bass sounds that can be chosen at the top, and controls for envelope and filter, but you can get some usable sounds from the presets anyway. Unfortunately, pressing the help button only links us to a broken page on DSK's website. Some of the better bass sounds in this plugin come from the Precision Bass and Yamaha bass, but some of the generic presets like the pick bass and acoustic bass don't actually sound that great. Next up, we have VB1, or a virtual bass unit by Steinberg. This plugin creates a very artificial bass sound, and there are a few different presets we can start with, but they all sound a lot like a synth. The first option we have are the position of the pickup and the pick. The pick creates a warmer sound as it moves up towards the neck and a brighter sound at the bridge, and moving the pickup made no noticeable difference to me. Setting the release really low lets the notes cut off immediately at the end, but increasing it slightly allows them to blend together a little more. Push it too far though, and they start to overlap and interfere with each other. The shape allows the sound to go from smooth to harsher with more attack and click to it. With the damper at 100, we can get a really muted sound. At 0, it's very bright and harsh, and I usually set it somewhere in between. Finally, we have a volume control and random button to randomly change all the settings on the plugin. The best free bass plugin I found is the SI Bass plugin included with Cakewalk by BandLab. After Cakewalk is installed with the SI Instruments package, you can add this plugin to Reaper by adding the scan path. I'll put the scan path in the video description down below for anyone that wants to add it to their program. This plugin has a lot of features, starting with the different presets from the drop-down menu. There's also built-in bass lines that we can drag and drop onto the instrument track, and this does work properly in Reaper. We have some options for tuning, slide time, poly or monophonic voice, and pickup selector on the bass. Down below there are amp settings for volume, panning, bass mid and treble EQ, and finally drive and compression. I found this plugin is really capable of making a convincing virtual bass sound. Thanks for checking out this video on free bass VST instruments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and press the bell icon to get notifications whenever a new video is released. You can also check the video description for links to plugins included in this video, recommendations for home recording hardware, and social media links to stay up to date on all our new content.